Hello everyone, my name is Umu and I'm React to the Case channel creator.
Hi, my name is Daniel. I am one of the reactors on the Classical Musician React series. And so we're going to be reacting to their 2020 release, 1 Billion Views.
Apologies for getting to this a bit late. I know there's been a bunch of requests for me to react to EXO-SC releases and also Baekhyun's Delight last album. And for those who don't know, we do kind of have a vetting process for both my personal reactions and for the Classical Musicians React series. So I'll put a few links at the top of the comment section that will hopefully answer any of your questions of will we be reacting to certain things. And recently, since a bunch of people have been wondering what our vetting process is for deciding songs to react to or not, I did film my reaction to Baekhyun's Delight, but I did it as a behind the scenes version where I listened to all the songs as if I was off camera, because there are two different ways that I listen to songs when I'm on camera and when I'm off camera. One a little bit more animated, the other one very straight and blunt with comments. So if you're curious what my thought process is when I'm listening to songs behind the scenes, behind the camera, my first listen to Baekhyun's Delight is posted on our Patreon. And without further ado, let's react to EXO-SC's featuring the artist Moon's 1 billion views.
3, 2, 1. Well, off the bat, very R&B vibes, and I think like the visuals also mirror that, and it's very fluorescent. I think it's futuristic visuals.
Yeah! There's a lot of background vocals that replay every single time they sing the main line. Ah. Oh. Bringing back energy. I wonder if we're going to build up a lot or this is going to be overall a really chill song. It's probably going to be chill. Can't wait for the bass to come back though.
I think it's so interesting. It's very like R&B, but like I guess compared to the songs that I've been listening to, it's different in that it still keeps like a very pop flavor to it.
Yes. That bass part is so simple. But oh, there we go. It changed up a little bit more. Because it's da 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 is its main rhythm. Da da da. And then add in the guitar part. Yeah, I love this sending higher harmonies. We take out the percussion of the snaps, we take out the bass.
It's just so smooth. It's like I'm drinking like a really smooth, fruity soda.
Oh yeah, I saw the Instagram video of them doing this. It's so cool, the choreo.
And the dance moves are pretty sick. It's like a lot of like hip mobility right there that I do not possess.
Hi, Moon. I love her timbre with the gentle synth in the background. Yeah, keep singing, girl. Do syncopated line.
I like it.
Joyo. And it doesn't resolve. Great.
Yeah, I really don't know what to say. I mean, it's just like nice mixing between like very smooth and like luscious and also very laid back sort of feel, but that still has a certain type of energy that kicks.
I'm glad that the very beginning was actually part of the song, because that type of instrumental is usually used kind of as just like, oh, we're getting into the music video, here's some background noise, okay, let's start the song. But that actually was part of this song, and I love that synth. It's so calming, and this song is such like almost a lounge in your lawn chair, read a book with a small glass of champagne or wine or something, and you listen to this song. It's that kind of chill but also cool-ing type sound, just based on like the instrumentation and then the catchy hook. We've got I feel like the background vocals were a little bit more busy than the main vocal line, so that the main vocal line is like easy to sing along to and easy to follow along with. And just overall, I personally really like this vibe a lot. So there's several different aspects that I really like about this song, but what about you first?
I guess initially it was obviously very, very strong R&B flavor, or just like very strong R&B foundation, if you can say that. But at the same time, it still had like reminiscence of like a pop skeleton, if that makes sense. Like rhythmically, it felt like it wasn't like the R&B songs that I've been listening to. Like it still maintains that like pop structural skeleton. If I can really say that, like it holds its integrity, like a pop integrity, but then at the same time, like within this new color of R&B, which I think is so, it's just like really taking off. I think in South Korea, like I think R&B is like, maybe perhaps like 4 years back when like Dean first hit, or like started like uploading his stuff, and he's sort of when I think of R&B, like him and Crush, he's sort of like the figurehead.
Santi and Hayes I would add in too.
Right, I'm not like too familiar with all the R&B artists, but he seems to be like, the more like initial first made it to the mainstream consciousness R&B artist, and then now it's like 4 years later, or 5 years later, it's like even like these artists from these really mainstream labels, like is EXO from YG?
No, they're from SM, one of the big three.
SM? Yeah, it's like, wow, like they're really, embracing it, and I think that's just so interesting.
Right. I thought a lot about their vocal timbres, because they are two of the three rappers in the group, and they're known for like their darker, deeper vocal sound. And so whenever they sing in that register, because we're used to hearing them rapping like that, or just like little spoken parts, so it's so nice to hear a song that really embraces that register. And then we do get a break from that register when we move to the pre-chorus, when we have those ascent, like super high vocal harmonies, and we almost get this lift from that darkness that we had in the verse. And then so we have like a contrast and register that was really nice, that painted out a lot of different parts of the range.
Yeah, I didn't know that they were rappers, but you were right in that like their voices tend to sit on the lower registers. I noticed that too, and it's like kind of, it's very simple actually what they're singing, but I think like the fact that they have these other qualities. I mean, I'm not saying that simple is bad, but like, or simplistic, but like they have these other qualities of their voices that really create a richer musical projection.
Sure, yeah.
And yeah, I just found it to be so interesting. It's like very calm. I thought it was really funny though, when like we hear this woman, I don't know who she is, but she's just like,
Moon.
She's like, oh, she like sings really nicely, and then she like disappears, and I'm like, where'd she go?
Well, she stays throughout the rest of the song until it switches to instrumental. Like she does some riffing, yeah.
Oh, I was like, wait,
where'd she go?
It's like, like, it's like you're like under the sea, and you're like, I don't know, and you see like a mermaid like swim like past you, like,
yeets past you,
and then you're like, wait, where'd she go? Like, I know that sounds so ridiculous, but like that's how I felt. I was like, oh,
did I dream that?
So pretty.
But back to the song, what I wanted to say was I really like the second verse because we go from having this, you know, like you said, really chill, calm, laid out long oohing that is very legato, very long, brought out. It isn't like choppy da 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 da. It's like isn't ooh 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 ooh, you know, detached or anything. But then we move to a super detached section, a lot more minimalistic in texture, which is the second verse in which Taehyun rap sings. I'd say it's a lot more rhythmic. It's back in the low range, and we've got the very sparse guitar, percussion, and bass. That they all come in kind of at the beginning of a phrase, and then they like move out, and then they're there, and they move out. So it's a lot more of a halting rhythm than we had before with the ooh, you know.
Mm.
Yeah, so we had nice rhythmic and textural contrast throughout, while the majority of the sounds were really recognizable and comforting of the R&B genre.
I think also for me, just to pivot, what was really eye-catching, literally, was the visuals. This use of like fluorescent lighting.
Did you see what they did with their phone? There's like cool phone choreography.
Oh, I didn't.
It was.
There's so many
cool.
things.
There's so many things, yeah.
Yeah, I just mostly noticed. I tried, I was like going in and out of focusing on what's going on the screen and versus what they're saying. Yeah, and I was like trying to like make the connections between this sort of futuristic take on, I guess, like technology, right? And I think like one of the lyrics or one of the lines in the lyrics, no matter how many times I get a view or something like that, or like whatever like new thing happens, you're still beautiful. Like you're basically consistent or something like that. And I was just like trying to relate like how is this take on technology and sort of like the fast acting nature, like immediate gratification is like contrasted with something like this woman who's like, this more of like a eternal and consistent beauty.
What's your theory?
Beauty, like true beauty never fades. You know what I mean? Like you can have these things that are like flashy and they're like bling bling, but at the end of the day, the beauty of a woman, or it's like a beauty of like your lover that like you will always remember, that stays with you beyond a billion views.
Whoa!
So, I just gave like a really cliche.
I love it. I love it. Wow. Well, thanks so much for watching, everyone, and we'll see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.